I want Final Four fire making to stay in the game. So to you big Survivor fans out there, you'll know that yesterday they had like the beach drop thing in New York City where I guess they bring in a bunch of players and try to hype it up. It's like a big hype thing by CBS and Survivor. And Jeff Probst announced that Survivor 50 is going to be put into the hands of the fans. You're going to be able to vote on crucial pieces that make up season 50. And that's exciting because we're, New Era fans and we're really excited. We're really excited to get this game going on and we're excited for it to be our way. It's going to be like Burger King. We want to have it our way. We were told that the first 4 things that fans will be able to vote on are some things that are pretty crucial and some, frankly, I don't really care that much about. And at the Super Fun Time Show, we're going to go over those 4 things and I'm going to tell you my preference. We're going to focus on one big one in particular. First, what are the tribe colors of season 50 going to be? Now, first of all, we have to know how many tribes there are going to be, which I guess could be something that we get to vote on. Probably not, though, because they have to make the challenges and they have to know whether they have to make 3 sets of things or 2 sets of things or even 4 sets. So that probably won't be a vote, although I think it probably should be. I'm fine with 3 tribes. I think it should be 2 tribes of 10, but that's an argument for a different day. Should there be rice? The rice thing, I don't care. I'll say no, because I think the hungrier you are, the more it affects your decision making. And we can see some wild card stuff, like Ben voting for Kenzie randomly when that's not what he meant to do. So I'll say I'm for getting rid of rice, okay? That's my vote for that one. Tribal colors, you can pick any tribe colors you want. I don't care, as long as pink is in the mix. Pink needs to be one of them. So I would think right away Cambodia's colors probably is a good start, especially if you have 2 tribes. If you have 2 tribes, go with like a teal or a turquoise or whatever, and pink, which I think is great, kind of like Bayon and Takeo. All right, so those are my picks for the colors. If not, add orange as the 3rd one if you're going to have 3 tribes. Whatever, as long as pink is in there, we need pink. Jeff said it's a season about celebration. We need to celebrate pink, okay? Roughly the skin tone that I have going on right now. We need that. And Fiji after show versus live reunion? Of course, live reunion. We have to do the live reunion. The reason why we have to do the live reunion is because imagine from the castaway perspective, you just got tore up at Final Travel and then it's useless. You have to sit there and pretend that your dreams weren't crushed while they're crowning the winner. And I think that's really sad. You know you're not going to win, but at least you get like the illusion that you're still in the game, if you have a couple months in between, like that you have a shot. Right? So I fully push for the live reunion. Also, I think there's a potential ability to be able to look back and have better answers about things when you're not just finishing the game and feeling hostile about the jury and all that kind of stuff if you're sitting at a live reunion. And the biggest one, Final Four fire making. I know nobody asked my opinion, but I'm going to give it to you. So I think Final Four fire making should stay in the game. If they remove Final Four fire making from the game, they are causing an issue with the game in its current self. I think the game has gotten better with fire making there at the Final Four. Theoretically, Final Four fire making should get the best players into the Final 3, or if not get them in, at least give them a second shot to get into the Final 3. It's not foolproof. And I've had a lot of pushback saying like, what are you talking about? All these great players in the past have been able to get into the Final 3 without fire making. Well, I combat that right away by saying, well, at least half of the people that you're going to throw at me, like Boston Rob or Jeremy in Cambodia or Kim Spradlin in One World, all these major people, yeah, they got to the finals, but they also want immunity to get to the finals, right? So what's the difference between fire making and winning immunity to get to the finals if you're just going to be voted out anyway? Because people say, I hate the idea that you can get to the end with fire making and it not be a pure social aspect. That means they didn't manage their threat level. Well, my argument is if you need immunity to get to the Final 3, then you still didn't manage your threat level. But for some reason, it's okay to win immunity to get to the finals because it's been integrated into the game since the beginning versus fire making. I mean, really, the mechanic is really the same thing. You win your way into the finals. It's funny that it's not okay for one, but it is for the other. They're like, it's okay to be immune by immunity, but it's not okay to be immune by fire making, okay? And I understand. I'm not pig-headed. There's nuance here. I didn't always love fire making, but really, is fire making that much different than immunity? It honestly just gives people a second crack to get to the Final 3 on their own merit. Because this idea that Survivor's a social game and you need to manage your threat level to get to the end, and that's what it's purely based on, is the social aspect. That game is long gone. That game is ancient. Survivor hasn't been fair since like season 2. Survivor hasn't been fair in a very, very long time. So if people are drawing the line at Final Four fire making, I think they're actually cutting their legs out, because I think there's more players that are huge threats that would have a better shot getting to the finals. I think the last 2 seasons are kind of a good example of how the fire making actually changed the makeup of the game. Sam definitely wouldn't have made the final 3 in Survivor 47 if fire making didn't exist. Now, obviously, that didn't change anything because Rachel immunity'd her way to the end, which I think further proves my point I just said a little bit ago, but whatever. Then Survivor 46, I'm confident Kenzie was not making the final 3 if she didn't have fire to lean on. Because I think Ben and Charlie would have pushed for Liz to stay, and Liz obviously is going to vote out Kenzie. So I don't believe Kenzie's even a factor in 46, and Charlie goes on to win the game, depending on who you ask. I mean, those are just some quick examples of how I think it factors in. And you know what? I think it'd be a bad idea at this point. Because if you want to take that out, then maybe we should take out getting rid of people's votes, which I actually am very in support of. I hate when people's votes get risked or taken away. Or maybe we should get rid of vitals. Maybe we should get rid of immunity challenges altogether, because I've been told this is a pure game that fire making is messing up. So maybe we should get rid of all the impurities that have existed since what, season 11? Tribal switches. Does tribal switches count? Because that's not pure. It's pure luck, and that's what Survivor is a lot of times. It's pure luck and how things fall together. I mean, I think it was the great Tom Westman said, you know, to win Survivor, you have to have a 50% mental game, a 50% physical game, and 50% luck. And I think that's the truth. So fire making is part of that. You try to position yourself the best you can, but it's a reactionary game in the end. So you know what? I don't really care about the colors all that much, except for pink. Rice can stay or go. Don't really care. I would prefer a live reunion, but I insist Final Four fire making must stay. But what do you think? Do you think fire making should stay? Do you think we should get some different sets of colors? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to chat more about it. Otherwise, hope you have an amazing day, everyone. You take care. Remember, Kevin Leong, don't fuck this season up, okay?